What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. I've got some breaking news for you all. Good or bad news, you can decide. I'll leave that to you. For me, this seems pretty bad news because I'm not one of those fans that wants to go the hard route to win a trophy. I would rather just play a lesser team, get to the last stages and win it. I'm not too bothered about the hard route. I know Turkish spoke about let's play the best of the best when it comes to the Champions League. But today we're talking about the FA Cup. Arsenal have just been drawn to Liverpool in the round 3 of the FA Cup. Now, let me just tell you how this all came about. I've just finished football, so I've just come back from football. The full-time whistle went in my game. Everyone's leaving. And one of the people on the side said to me, he's like, "Oh, you've got Liverpool." I said, yeah. 23rd of December, just before Christmas. And I said, it's a tough one at their place. You know, we never do well against them in their place. And he was like, no. You've got them in January. I said, nah, but I think you're getting your dates mixed up. We've got them 23rd and we have them on the 3rd of February at our place. I said, no, it might be all right. We're quite good against them at home, being so good so far this season at home. And he was like, no, you have them in January in the FA Cup. I said, what? I said, no way. But that is the news. That is the news. Liverpool in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. We'll be hosting them, so be at the Emirates. And let's just do the full context of this fixture. So very simply, it'll be Liverpool's second game in 2024. The game before they play us is against Newcastle away. They got 8 p.m. kickoff at St James's Park. So that might bode well for us. It should bode well for us. I mean, Newcastle away is always a tough place to go, and they probably have to be thinking about that, thinking about the league before they come to the Emirates and play us in the 3rd round. So that'll be on their minds. Will they rotate? Let's hope so. I have to mention as well, Arsenal. We spoke about just at the beginning of this video, you know, the easy route or the hard route. It seems like we always seem to get the hard route. I mean, our round 3 last year was against Man City, who ended up winning this competition. So it's never easy. I wish we could have got like a Championship side, a League One side, but no, we're going straight in with the big ones. Last year was Man City, this year Liverpool. But we do have to remember who we are. We are Arsenal Football Club. We hold the most FA Cups. I always joke and say this is the 4 Arsenal Cup. That's what the FA stands for. We've got 14 of those. And like I mentioned, the most successful club in this competition with Man United coming in second to us. And also even our women's team, I believe. Yeah, they have. I believe they have 14 as well, 14 FA Cups as well. So very, very accomplished in this competition. And I'm hoping, you know, Arsenal can get the job done when it comes to Liverpool in January. The game is being put there for the January the 6th, so the first week of the new year of 2024. Not a lovely game to look. Well, it's definitely a game to look forward to, but not a lovely game to obviously start this competition or our campaign in it. But it's going to be on the 6th of January. We don't know the time of yet, but the big bonus, people, the big bonus of this fixture is it is at home. It's at the Emirates Stadium now. We've been doing so well so far at the Emirates. We're actually unbeaten at home currently, so hopefully it maintains a fortress. That's unbeaten at home in all competitions as well. I have to mention that. So it does bode well for Arsenal having Liverpool at home rather than making the trek to Anfield. I mean, you know our record at Anfield is not great. It's always a tough place to go, especially when we're playing against them. So it does bode well for Arsenal fans and us as well that we are at home. And obviously last season at home, we done so well as well, and against them in the league. So something to go on Arsenal's side. There's a lot of fixture congestion, obviously coming out of December and going straight into January. So let's just hope that the boys are well rested. We should see some returning players as well. Hopefully from fitness, the likes of Thomas Partey might be back in the fold as well for us. Then a Urin Timber returning as well, hopefully for that game potentially. We've also got a Emile Smith-Rowe maybe available, a Fabio Vieira as well. I mean, they say the winter break, we don't know. But hopefully all those players will be returning, which I believe, if that is the case, we have a really good chance at winning that game. Everyone, if you remember how the FA Cup works, it's a one-off game in these rounds as well. So the fact it's at home, it's a one-off game, I think it does edge more to Arsenal's favour, and I really hope that. Obviously, City winning it last year. The last time we won it was the 2020 season, Arteta's first season in charge. He won the competition. Liverpool have won it more recent how am I going to word this? More recent than we have, in a sense of they won it in I believe it was the 2022 season. So that was when I was on course for the quadruple. Ended up picking up an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup in that. So it is a good competition. It's a good level opposition to play against. It just frustrates me as a fan personally that like we have them in this month in December, right next to Christmas at their place. Frustrating, fine, but you know what? I'll let it go. Understand, games in the season, you have to play everyone twice. Cool, whatever it is, what it is. Then we have them in January. So I'm like, okay, so we just played them in December. Cool, you'll get over that. Go into Christmas, go into the New Year, feel like you're settled, all good. Nope, have Liverpool again. Granted, it's at home, but we have them again. And then you think, cool, FA Cup game, done with them. And then you look forward, you think, you know, it might be quite a bit peaceful now coming up for next few fixtures. No, in early February, that next month. So back-to-back months, we play Liverpool. So it's going to be a tough, you know, run of games against them. But listen, let's hope Arsenal get the job done. I actually am trying to think now. I'm sure we got knocked out. Sorry, my mind's going back. I'm sure we got knocked out by Southampton, but it was the same week in the FA Cup. But it was the same week. It was either the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. But it was the same week we played them again. The following games, we played them in the cup, and then we played them again the week after in the league. I know it's not exactly that with Liverpool, but we are playing them quite repeatedly over a time frame. So I don't know. We won one game against Southampton, lost the first one and won the next one. But let's just hope we see 3 W's from Arsenal against Liverpool. Wouldn't that be a joy? That for me, that will say a lot about Arsenal Football Club this season. It seemed like we really are turning the corner. I think the big telling sign will be us playing them on the 23rd at Anfield. But again, if we get through them in the FA Cup, it bodes well for us, and the confidence the club will have, you know, to go forward and potentially win that trophy will be massive, absolutely massive. And let's not forget, Arsenal, in all honesty, are turning up in these cup competitions. I understand, before the comments get at me, we went out in the Carabao Cup, Yeah, I think we crashed out the Carabao Cup in a bad way. But if we look at the Champions League, we have been phenomenal in it. And that is a prestigious tournament. And hopefully the boys understand this is prestigious. This competition, the FA Cup is also a prestigious trophy to be playing in. So hopefully they have that level when they play in the FA Cup, because we are cruising, I would say, in the Champions League and a cup competition. So hopefully we see the same when it comes to the FA Cup. We're doing all right in the Premier League as well right now, sitting top of the Premier League table. So things are good. Now, before we wrap up on this news video, I just want to give some. I just did a little bit of research before we jumped on. And just got some big shocks in the FA Cup, because we know FA Cup is a cup competition where, you know, you see lower league clubs create amazing stories, go on massive cup runs and a load of money for their club and have some huge shocks. So I'm going to give just 2. 1 Arsenal, 1 Liverpool. I was not born at this time. Some of you may remember. Wrexham 2, Arsenal 1. 1992. The non-league side came from behind to dump out the reigning league champions. Mad. That even to fathom that is crazy. That's 1. Now Liverpool's 1. Wimbledon 1, Liverpool 0. 1988. I know we're going way back, but the famous Crazy Gang. Now I remember the Crazy Gang. Wasn't born, but listen, I love my football. I know about the Crazy Gang. They beat Liverpool back in 1988 and upset the mighty Liverpool, who were league champions at the time. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if now, obviously, with City doing the treble last year, I wonder if they'll drop out this competition, because there seems like to be a pattern where you've won it and then you crash out of it. But listen, that is the news for today. Arsenal take on Liverpool in the first week of the new year, 2024, at the Emirates Stadium, round 3 of the FA Cup. Let's hope we can get through it and we can continue and hopefully see some Arsenal armpits this season. Take care, everyone. Peace.